Yo, what's poppin' guys, Sizzle here, and today I'm doing a beginner's guide to Super Mario Kart. This is the most simple entry in the whole series, but is also one of the most skill-based. So, first things first comes the character selection. In this game, there's only two characters that are good in any way, and those are Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. They have literally identical stats, and they also have the best stats out of any character in any category that has any importance at all. So only ever use one of these two characters. There is no reason to use anything else. Just pick the one which design you like best. In this case, I prefer Donkey Kong Jr., so I'm going to be going with him. So, the first thing you'll know about any Mario Kart game is there's a rocket boost at the start. Now, in most games, it's as simple as hold the A button after 2 or something like that, and this game's a little bit different, but it follows the same principles. First off, shoutouts to the Super Mario Kart Discord for being up at 2 a.m. to answer all my super basic questions about the game. Second off, as SparksF1 said, if you're playing on NTSC, which means the North American release, you want to hold the B button right after the first light that Lakitu's holding up comes up. Like, just not instantly after, but very, very close to being right after. And if you're on PAL, it's about halfway between the first and second light, which means you should be trying to aim for right before the second light shows up. With that out of the way, I'm going to go try to show that off. I might fail a few times because I've only been playing for like an hour or two. So right after that first light went on, I held B, sorry. And you can see I actually spun out a bit, and that's a very important point as well. Spinning out means I pressed it too early, so that means I pressed it like right after. You have to actually wait a little bit. So let me try it again. It's on and go. There you go. You even heard like a little like sonic sounding, like sonic sound effect thing. Whenever you hear that, that means you got the proper boost. And another important thing, if I hit this wall, for example, or if I go to a pipe and hit one of those, like this, that does something very important, because if you hit anything, you don't actually get a ghost to race against. Now, you might notice I don't have a ghost, despite the fact that I had a few times on my leaderboard, and that's actually because ghosts are saved per session, unlike any other game where they're saved for like ever, and just your best time is saved as a ghost. This game only saves the best time you achieved in the session you're playing. So if I were to get a good run right now, and then I would get a ghost. So let me go do that real quick. Yeah, if I get a good run, I'll have a ghost to race against, which would only last for this session, so if I reboot the game, or just power it off in any way, that ghost won't be there anymore. And while I'm at it, I might as well explain another important thing, which is drifting. I'm not too good at this myself. I'm alright at it, for having played like an hour, I think. But I hit a pipe there. But basically, when drifting, you press the R button, and then you do a little hop, and then you want to hold the direction you want to drift in. So, for example, in this first turn, right here, I want to hold left while drifting, and then after completing a turn, I want to hop and press the opposite direction. So, while I'm doing this, for example, I tap right, left, right, just to straighten up again. That's a very important mechanic in this game. And learning to time these hops and to drift as close to a corner as possible are very important in getting good times. Now you might notice at the end there I hop multiple times, and that's because on longer turns that's often the case of what you have to do. Another thing I kind of forgot to mention is Offroad is very bad. It just makes it harder to control the cart. You can do corner cuts, like if I manage to hop over that without really going in the off-road too much, that would be okay. But generally, you want to try to avoid off-road when you're starting off, unless you do something called an MBT, which you have to actually get a modified controller for, so it's generally only used once you're good at the game, and it saves a few seconds on every track, because it lets you go in the off-road and maintain your speed. Basically, you would hold the shoulder button, then go left, right, like that. But if you have a modified controller and do it in a certain way, this is a more advanced technique, so I don't really know anything about it myself. If you do all that, then you can go through Offroad and save a bunch of time on a bunch of different tracks. But yeah, so that should cover just about everything in this game, I believe. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on drifting, check out the description. I have a better video on that. And if you want to learn about, MBTs, you'll have to look up a video on that on your own, or maybe I'll have something in the description. Or you can even join the community Discord, which can be found on the Super Mario Kart Players page. But yeah, hopefully I can help you guys out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.